Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Coded Design, where I teach coding and user interface design, and I am Matthew, the designer and developer. Okay, this video is going to be a little bit different video. Obviously, I know you are expecting to see what we can do with WordPress and web design in C and Elementor plugin that we have installed. But in this video, I'm just going to give you a full concept of what is going on inside WordPress. I think this knowledge, this CMS 101, is going to help you to quickly master WordPress so that you cannot get lost and you don't know why things are separated, you don't know how this CMS thing works. So let's just talk about CMS a little bit, the content management system. So in a normal website, we've got a server, and then in the server has the memory, has got a memory. Let's just say it has got a hard drive, where this is the hard drive where you can put all your HTML files. So you can just load all your HTML files here, and then when you go to www.codeddesign, and then obviously the server will go here and look for an index folder, and then it will save the client that information, that web page. That's how it works. But now let me just type here, okay, so that we can. Okay, so this will be your HTML page, and then this one will be your server. This just acts like a hard drive. Now, what's the difference between this approach and the content management system approach? Okay, the content management system approach is a little bit different. Okay, how it works is, now, okay, just undo, okay, click and duplicate. Okay, now the content management system comes in to introduce a new thing which is called a database. Okay, with this approach, everything is here in these HTML files and folders, and everything is here. But now with the content management system, it introduces a new thing. It introduces a database. So let's say that this was the final web page that is rendered to the customer. Okay, let's say this is the final web page that will be rendered to the front end or the client. Okay, this is the final page. Okay, now previously on a system that doesn't use a content management system, this file that the server is loading here will contain everything. This will be an index file, and all the assets will be here, and the content will be maybe inside this HTML. What type of the content? Maybe home, about us, who we are, and all those things, all that information about the profile of your company. Now let's go to the CMS side. Okay, let's just have some two labels here. Let's say this is the normal way, and this is the CMS, content management system, because WordPress is a content management system. So the CMS approach is, or it works like this. This is the final page that will be rendered. This final page, before it gets rendered, it pulls information from, I can say, from different sections. Okay, I will demonstrate that now. Okay, so unlike here in the normal way where everything is sitting in an HTML document, in this approach you will see, let me just quickly, okay, yeah, let me just use this arrow. Okay, in this approach, this web page is pulling its own data from, I can say, different sources or different files. One of those sources is the database that is sitting right here. Okay, so in this option you will have, let's say, your about us information inside that HTML in this one. That means the actual text, the about us information, maybe we are coded design, we are the best developers in the world, and we've got a very big and a successful YouTube channel, wara. This is embedded in this HTML document. But however, in this approach, this information, this about us page, is not sitting in an HTML document, is sitting in a database. Okay, let's just label this database here. Okay, as you can see that this about us is sitting in a database. So when this index form is loading, WordPress takes care or dominates all that process that is involved on rendering the page. So meaning that what it will do, it has got its own database in your server or in your domain. So what it will do, it will go to the database and pull all the information needed, all the content, which is your about us information, your images, your site title. Since in the normal way, all your site titles are sitting on your HTML because you are a coder, you are coding those. But with WordPress, all those things, they are sitting in a database. So WordPress will pull all that information, your site title, your about us page, how your menu is, and then from then it will use PHP. It will use PHP. It will use PHP functions, and I'm not sure if WordPress is object oriented, because I heard that it's procedural, but let's say it will use PHP functions and PHP objects to make sure that this data that is here, all that text, is being arranged and displayed into the client as a normal website web page. So what do I mean about a normal website web page? This is the page that we are loading. So this is how our page looks like at the moment. As you can see that this is a normal web page, and when you click inspect, you can never tell if some of this information has been what can I say, has been extracted from a database. This is just a normal HTML web page, as you can see. So you cannot tell here that maybe there was PHP involved. So that's how the content management system works in a nutshell. It saves the information in a database, and whenever you visit the page, it will assemble all that information, pulling it from a database. Then the reason why I introduced this, it's simply because I wanted to explain the concept of a theme. Now we are introducing a theme. So let's just quickly see if we can have a definition of what is a WordPress theme. What is a WordPress theme? Because I want to explain the WordPress theme based on the internet definition. A WordPress theme is a collection of files that make up the foundation of the site appearance, including page layout, style sheet, and sidebar positioning. Let's just end it there. Okay, now let's go to Figma. So now we are having a theme. Okay, we're having something called a website theme. In our case, it's Astra. We are having a theme that is responsible for, number one, let's just draw these things. It's responsible for the navigation bar, or let's start with the layout. Okay, let's say this is the layout. As you can see, maybe even though my layout is not that beautiful, let me just write the last one. As you can see, this is a layout. So in this layout, we might act as if this is the, let's say this is the navigation bar, and this is the left side content, and this is the actual content. So this is a layout. So a theme is responsible, it dominates that part of your website. Maybe the theme might have this as a navigation bar instead, whereby your menus are here, or it might have this as a navigation bar. So do you see that a theme dominate like the general appearance of the website? A more higher level of it, not like the finer details. What might be those higher level? We can say, number one, it will determine how your navigation bar is going to look, number one, and where, and the positioning of that navigation bar. Do you want it on top, or do you want it like on the left side, and it will be arranged vertically? So do you see what the theme does? It just dominates, let's say, the structure, or also, let's say, the footer of your web page. The footer of your web page, as you can see. So this is what the theme does. I'm hoping now the theme thing becomes clear. And then we have a plugin. Okay, and then we have a, let's say we have a plugin. Okay, sorry about that. Zoom out, and zoom in. Okay, and then we have a plugin. Okay, we have a plugin. In our case is Elementor. Very important to highlight that it's a page builder. Okay, now we've got a page pin. Remember, on the previous tutorial we've installed a theme, and also we've installed a plugin, a page builder plugin, which is Elementor. So what we have talked about so far is that, number one, the content management system is different from your traditional website. In this way, the traditional website has got all your information, all your text is embedded in HTML files, but in the content management system, all that text is sitting in a database so that it can be easier for you to change and manipulate. And also the CMS takes care of all the coding so that you cannot see the technicalities, the bits and pieces of the HTML structures and everything. It hides that away from you so that it can pull that from the database and present it in its own way. It has got its own HTML template to make its life easier, so that you can only see the output, without this, but only this. Okay, we've also introduced a theme that only controls, for now, for simplicity, it only controls the navigation bar, the layout, how things are laid out, and that's it. And then now we've got a plugin, particularly a page builder. So what might a page builder do? As the name implies, it builds the pages. So what we can say here is that now we have a page builder inside. Let me put red. Okay, I don't know why there's black there, doesn't matter. Okay, so now if this is a theme, okay, if this is a theme controlling how the layout looks, okay, controlling how the layout looks, and also the site menus, and sorry, the navigation bar and whatever, then the page builder is sitting right inside to say that, okay, fine, if you are saying this is your layout, I can build I can occupy this part, the one that you don't really take care about, which is building the actual page, because the theme doesn't really build the page, but the theme builder will occupy that part and build the page. So let's just do a quick summary before we end the video. We've got WordPress, more like a template engine that takes all the information from the database and controls everything and make sure that it display a proper website to the client without me as the designer having to code. And then it makes use of what can I say, it makes use of themes. Let's just take this theme here. It makes use of themes to help it with laying out the navigation bar and the layout of the website as a whole. And also it makes use of page builders, which dominate each single page and dive deep into that. Otherwise, for me, Matthew Msingati, that's about all in terms of content management system 101. I hope this is clear. It will help you as we are continuing and building the page. So when we want to change the navigation and also the layout of the page, we are not going to go to the page builder. We are going to go to the theme and customize the theme. So I wanted this to establish this knowledge to you, that a theme does a different thing and takes care of different parts of the website. What are those parts? Part of it is the navigation bar and the menus. You will find those under the theme. And in terms of the actual content and the actual page, then we will go to the page builder. Otherwise, for me, Matthew Msingati, thanks for watching. Please don't forget, do me a favor to help me to grow this channel and also help other people, and subscribe. Otherwise, for me, see you on the next one.